Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to do another Tumbling Rocks video. This is going to be a results video and it's going to be an update to the first Tumbling Rocks video that I did, where I ran some banded chert and quartzite and agates and some jaspers together in the lotto tumbler, and the agates came out decent and the cherts didn't. So I'm going to show today the agates, and I reran them in stage 4. So just to give a recap what had happened, I'm going to put the link to the original video, the Tumbling Rocks #1 video, up here. But just to recap what happened, I had run everything 4 stages. I thought the 4th stage was a polish, when in fact it was actually another pre-polish. The grit that I received from the distributor that I usually go with, he was selling pre-polish as polish. I don't know if it was unbeknownst to him or if he was doing it deliberately, I don't know. But I called him, he apologized, he sent me some proper polish, and after I explained the situation. And so the polish that I used was alumina, which is aluminum oxide, and this was a 12,000 grit polish. So I reran everything using that, and these are the results I got. So what I have here are some banded agates, some seam agates, this is Calcedony's, and these are Jasper type rocks. I'm going to give you a close-up of these, and at the end of the video I'll do a before and after of some select pieces. So I'll show those at the end, but for now let's get a close-up. Okay, so let's take a look at the banded agates first. So most of these agates are from Scott's Bay, and these are just little agates we pick up for the tumbler. And we like to have a little bit of a natural shine finish is what we call it. So we don't try to get every imperfection out of our agates. We just like to shape them a bit. We might cut them in half and then put them in the rotary for a week, and then we'll throw them in the vibratory to shine them up. That's how we typically like to run our agates. This was a neat one. There's a color change, a definitive one, right in the middle of the rock. This is what we call a shadow agate here in Nova Scotia. When you tilt it, the agate bands will kind of disappear. I don't even know if those are actual bands in there. This is a bigger one from Scott's Bay. It's kind of like a Jasper agate. This one is one of my favorite agates of all time that we picked up on Scott's Bay. You can see it's an eye agate. Lots of eyes poking through there. And this is one that I found in Chase's bucket at the end of a hunt, and he didn't know what he had. I have a before picture of this one, so I'll do a slide. I'll show you the slideshow at the end here, the before and after. But this is a beauty. So we tumbled this one and everything. So originally, you'll see it at the end, but originally that was the only thing that was showing, these 2 eyes right here. And then we tumbled it and everything started popping out. So I stopped it at this stage. I think it ran 3 weeks actually in the first stage, because we kept exposing more and more eyes. That's one of our favorites for sure. Here's another cool one. Got some eye action going on. This one is what we call a butterscotch agate. You can just see the light bands there at the top. Butterscotch, obviously, because of the butterscotch look. This is also found in Scott's Bay. This is a saw scrap of an agate we cut the end off of, but you can still see some nice banding in there. And it's a shadow agate actually. You see some bands disappear as I rotate it. This was also Scott's Bay. This was one of Nolan's favorite all-time finds. And we'll have a before and after picture of this one. These are so shiny, the camera's having a hard time focusing on them. Another one with little eyes in it. This was a little bit of betroidal. Here's a tiny little guy. Let's see if I can get this guy to show. There we go. Sometimes the tiny agates on that beach are the ones with the most detail. This is more of like a pink lace. Just another one of those shadow agates. This one's, the color of this one makes the banding hard to see, but you can see it there. I like this one, it's a little unique. I don't find too many of this style on that beach. I'll go through these faster. I got 3 more piles to go through here. Here's Travis's Amethyst agate. That's his find of the day. One of our earlier Scott's Bay videos in the summer. You can leave a comment below to let me know what ones you think are the better ones. This one was one of my favorites. This is the last banded agate, but it's one of my favorite ones we picked up this summer. Some really nice banding, and the top of it is just, looks like peacock feathers. I thought that was really cool. Okay, so we're on to the seam agates now. Again, most of these are from Scott's Bay. I'll just go through these quickly. These two are actually from Baxter's Harbor, which is not that far from Scott's Bay. It's probably 20 minutes away. But these seam agates are distinct there at that beach, and they have like a greenish hue to them. This one has a bit of that old Five Islands gold moss at the top. So I would call that a plume seam agate. This is a plume seam agate as well from Five Islands. See, I cut it. This is an end scrap of a cut. This one was found in Bass River. This is Nolan's find. Little flame action going on. Last but not least of the seam agates. And on to the Calcedonies. This is a carnelian actually. Another little carnelian. I like this one. It's got green and then a pinkish hue. Salt. This one's a black. It's got some translucency, but it's black in a lot of spots, and it's really cool. Here's some pure Calcedony nodules. There's one there. There's another one. Another one. This didn't look purple at first when but then I tumbled it and then it turned purple. So it was a little piece of amethyst, and that was on Scott's Bay. You can almost see a little bit of water line. I like the translucency on this one. It's got some creamy, centery fill. It's pretty neat. And this one's really cool. It's like a shadow agate. You can see some bands in there. And last but not least, we'll go to the Jaspers. This is a brecciated jasper that I found on Scott's Bay. This is actually more of a, this is like a plume agate. Just got grouped in with the Jaspers. This one's one of my favorite rocks of the batch, and I'll show you why when I show you the before and after. This, when I tumbled this, it completely transformed, and it was a nice surprise. It's really cool. I love how it just has this leopard kind of style print over here, and then it goes into like a reddish kind of ladybug type look over under here. It's just really cool rock. These little yellow pieces in there. It's pretty cool. And the line that divides the two almost looks metallic. If I show it in the, I tried it with the magnet. It's not magnetite or hematite or anything. So it's a mystery of what that could be, but it looks metallic. Any suggestions? Welcome in the comments. But that was one of my favorites of the batch. This is a Five Islands rock. Nice piece of just plain old red Jasper. This is also one of my favorite rocks. Had a little bit of green Jasper mixed in with some yellow and red. I really like this rock. And last but not least, some banded rhyolite. Which I picked up on Scott's Bay as well. So, that's the rocks. Again, I'm really glad. I have to give a shout out to Rob from Michigan Rocks. He's the one who put me on the scent on the pre-polish, possibly, the polish possibly being a pre-polish that I had. And he was right. So thank you, Rob. And I got these rocks corrected. And yeah, looking forward to more tumbling videos. I'll do a little slideshow here at the end of some before and afters of some of these rocks. And I hope everyone has a great week and take care of yourself.